Hi guys, Blake and Levi here with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is really noisy out here. Sunday, the 25th of October, I believe, and this is the one cast. It's about 6:20 in the evening. We don't have too much light left here. Today I'm going to start off using a 1/32 ounce sculpin and ginger jig orange head on 2-pound line, and Levi is using a 1/16 ounce ginger jig with a brown head on 4-pound line, and we are just right above the Narrows, and we're gonna try our hand at some jig fishing tonight. So I boated up here. We're right above the Narrows. Last night I took a couple friends out fishing, and we started here a little bit before this time, but we were right in this area. Threw the fly rods for a second, caught a couple with a jig under a float, and then we switched over to this little guy here and did really well in the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes of light. So I decided to try to come up here and see if I can repeat the results. Fishing reports for today. The Fankhausers been renting a boat with us for a couple days. They went down to Monkey Island on the Monkey Island Flat, and they threw jigs. They said they used sculpin jigs, orange and white power eggs together on the same hook, and night crawlers. Said they caught them on all three down there on the flat, and they said the orange and white power bait was what did the best though. And I got a report the other day that orange and white was working for someone else. So I'd say the trout are keying in on the orange and white right now. A few of the guides said that it was definitely slower this morning after the first hour or so. Last night after it got dark, they turned on the water it ran from I'd say 7 to about 8:30, and we boated up to the dam and started throwing the jerk baits, and the bite was really good. I think that 7 to 8:30 time where they ran water, that they pumped some liquid oxygen into the water, and it really had the fish very, very active. We caught a lot of fish last night, including multiple 19-inchers, a 20-inch rainbow, and a 24-inch brown. After the water ran completely out of the lake and then it was still again, the bite slowed down quite a bit. But while that water was running, the bite was really good. The fish were really active, and they all went back straight and swam away. So I really think that there was a higher level of oxygen last night. And we caught all our fish last night on the lure that I'm calling the Plum Stupid. It was a lure that I came up with one night when I was in a rush to get out fishing, and I just kind of threw some paint on a lure and didn't even put eyeballs or clear coat on it. Just took it out and fished it, and it worked really well. And it has become a new signature series lure. We just put the first batch in the shop, but it was working really well for us last night. I noticed as we were coming up the lake just a little bit ago that there is a lot of fish breaking surface. I don't know if that just means is there higher midge content or if there's still a higher oxygen level. Temperatures for the next few days still looking in the low 40s. They're supposed to turn the water back on again at 7 tonight. I'm almost starting to think they may have turned it on. The wind is blowing the opposite direction and we're going downstream still. But last night was definitely one of the better nights for night fishing that I've seen in probably over a month. Just on the fish, though, how active and they were. One thing that really helps you when you're jigging like this is the ability to see your line, and the overcastness and the wind and everything and the low light is making it really hard to see the line. A lot of the times you can tell that a fish is taking your jig before you feel it by seeing slack in your line when there's not supposed to be. I could have swore there was a stick sticking up out of the, oh, there it is. Okay. Up here in the narrows, there's a branch sticking up out of the water in the middle of the lake, and that kind of indicates where that really shallow gravel bar starts. If I don't get a bite on this, I'm going to switch back over to my fly rod. At least I'll be able to see my indicator. But most of the reports I heard today were that it was a slower day of fishing. This gravel bar out here in the center of the narrows, the fish really like to stack up right next to it. Sometimes you can throw your jig or whatever you're fishing with right in there, and they'll bite it right off the bat sometimes. But I was really hoping that last night was going to be an indicator of the same time tonight, the fish biting this 1/32 ounce jig, but of course when I turn the camera on, they don't ever want to cooperate. Oh, I got one to cooperate. There we go. Okay. Not very long, but very, very healthy fish. Okay, one taker. This is about the area we were going through last night when they started hitting it pretty good. Whenever it starts getting this cold outside, gloves are necessary, but man, it's hard to get so used to fishing something with just the feel of your bare hand, and it's hard to feel when you got gloves on. Right now I'm just kind of periodically scooting us down the lake, that way we cover more ground instead of just fishing the same spot. Oh, I turned that a little too far sideways. There we go. Levi, you can switch to that fly rod if you want.
I'm alright.
I'm gonna try casting over here in the skinny water again. I don't know if that was a fish or if I just hit the gravel bar. There's a lot of them out there, man. When we first got up here, I tried white for a second. Overcast days are usually really good for the color white. I didn't have any bites on that. Alright, well, these fish, of course, don't want to play like they wanted to play last night. Hey, Levi is hooked up. That looks like a nice fish. If we can get the camera on it. Got him? You just bring him to me and I'll... Ooh. Now they're still fighting like they've got some pep in their step here. Oh yeah.
Hey. He's eight.
I know it's getting too dark to see here, but come here, buddy. Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, and we won't get to see him. That was a nice 15, 16 inch fish there. Well, I think we're gonna take a couple more casts and call it a day. It is, I thought it was gonna get dark till 7 and it's probably 6:40 and it's almost too dark to see now, 6:44. know that all ginger jig that Levi's using right now is one that Steve Dickey was using underneath a float a few days ago, and said that they caught a bunch of fish down by Short Creek, just drifting it underneath a indicator. Here comes Seth Turner. Hey, turn on the master power. All right, well, guys, I think it's too dark out here to probably see on the camera, so we thank you for watching, and we'll do it again tomorrow.